All the talk about media fact-checking the major party presidential candidate is well and good, but how about fact-checking the debate moderators? Here's ABC's Martha Raddatz at the vice presidential debate.
Let's talk about Medicare and entitlements. Both Medicare and Social Security are going broke and taking a larger share of the budget in the process. Will benefits for Americans under these programs have to change for the programs to survive?
If you've been listening to this show for a while, you know this is something a lot of reporters say. It still isn't true, though. Social Security is not going broke, quite the opposite, in fact. The program has built up a multi-trillion-dollar surplus to pay for the expected surge in retirees in the coming years. The program could be put on a more secure, long-term footing with a few minor changes, as many budget experts and economists have argued for years. Of course, this matters because journalists are supposed to get these things right. But in an election debate, it takes on additional weight. How can you respond? The right answer to a question based on a false premise is clearly that, yes, we must cut people's benefits if we are to deal with this urgent problem. A candidate who has to begin their response by correcting the premise of the question is at a distinct disadvantage, even though in this case they would be right.
Well, hearing a journalist get such a basic fact wrong isn't an accident. It suggests a worldview that emphasizes the need to cut spending, particularly on programs that are important to poor people, over other policy ideas. And you can see that worldview expressed in a variety of ways in the corporate media. On the October 14th Meet the Press, NBC veteran Tom Brokaw shared some wisdom he'd heard from a group of pro-Romney major business leaders. They told Brokaw they were willing to pay a little more in taxes, but they need government spending to be capped at 20% of gross domestic product. Meet the Press host David Gregory chimed in to sort of endorse that view, saying that these are people, quote, not burdened by these ideological fights, close quote, which in the corporate media is the best kind of person. So why is this point of view considered so wise? Brokaw is saying that wealthy people who support Mitt Romney endorse Mitt Romney's spending plan. The reality of such a plan, though, would be harsh. Given that Romney is proposing massive increases in military spending, one estimate is that all of the non-military, non-health government spending would have to be cut by 40% in order to meet this goal favored by those non-ideological CEOs. And that's perhaps the most telling thing. Wealthy people who want to slash spending on the poor in the name of balancing the budget are not ideologues. And they'll likely always have media big shots like Tom Brokaw to relay their views to the rest of us.